Hello, blogosphere. Taking a little different approach to blogging today since I usually get a little wordy. I'm going to give you a break from having to read all the letters on a screen and instead listen to my voice. Laying here and couldn't sleep and wanted to get this all out there in a post, so instead you get a dark video of my voice, which hopefully will be at least different enough for you to hang on to for a minute. So I challenged myself to 30 days of a completely different life. And I signed up for a detox that is being given by a personal trainer. So that's the physical aspect of this, which I'm really freaking scared of. I ate Butterfinger cups for the last time today. For the next 30 days, I took my last sip of wine. I felt like it was like the Last Supper. I mean, this can't be that hard. It's 21 days. It's really not that big of a deal, right? So then why, and I know I'm going to feel so much better. So then why do we freak out over this stuff like it's the end of the world? Anyway, so that's one thing. I went to a women's conference this weekend that talked about taking off your mask and all the things that we do to mask ourselves every day so that no one sees the real us and how bad we're really hurting. So I felt empowered to do that, and they challenged you to do something different for 30 days. So as of yesterday, I was on top of the world, and I'm going to change the world, and the one thing that I promised myself, or that I wrote down in the exercise that I would do every day, was blog without fail. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my most healing things to do, whether anyone even reads it or not. So I was very inspired with that, and I get home last night thinking, this is it. This is the start of 30 days that's going to lead to a lifetime of difference for me. And within that, I also wanted to just do it alone and quietly, and hopefully through the changes I make, I will blossom and that will be seen in other ways. Well, that's all fine and dandy until today, due to a bit of a tough conversation with some people that I thought were very close to me and thought and hoped were some of my biggest cheerleaders. I learned that there were feelings about me that were not pleasant, and the chance was taken to criticize me, which came across as me feeling attacked. The sad thing about that is that I almost laid down in defeat after one day and one attack. I literally almost gave up the whole thing and thought, screw it. I'm not, these people think I'm horrible. If one person feels this way, everyone must feel this way and view me this way. My heart was actually ripped out, and I let the self-doubt creep in. I'm not good enough to write. I'm not good enough to blog. I'm not good enough to do anything, really, and I'm always making wrong decisions. I mean, the list could go on. I've literally beat myself up all day. One thing that I did differently, though, was not attack back, or tried not to. I think I probably started down that road but realized better of it. I decided I wasn't going to do the detox because I couldn't follow through with the menu and how hard it might be. I wasn't going to write because who reads it anyway, and this is never going anywhere. I was actually never going to tell another soul a single thing about me in my life because I didn't want to come across as selfish and the other things that were said about me. But that's what the enemy wants. That's what is needed for the enemy to win. For me to lay down. That's what's needed for the enemy victory. And honestly, it would be a pretty short way to his victory if I laid down after one attack in less than 24 hours after I was so confident of the new direction I was going. I think of so many of my friends and other women and men that I know who have so much great to do, and how easy it is for us all to be defeated. But we just simply can't accept what others say about us. We can't accept it so easily. That doesn't mean that we don't consider it to some extent if it's a trusted enough source. But we absolutely can't automatically accept what others say about us and give up on what we know to be true to ourselves so easily. So, here I am, without my mask, without any makeup, laying in the dark, with no Spanx or contouring magic to make myself appear thinner. I'm going to write what I want. I'm going to say what I want. Sometimes it's going to be funny. Sometimes it's going to be random. Okay, most of the time it's going to be random. Sometimes it's going to be serious. But it will always, always, always be 100% real and 100% me and 100% from my heart. Period. And if I'm doing that, then not one attack that comes against me will prosper. So, let's do the next 30 days together. I hope someone out there needed that as much as I did today. And I hope that we have a lot of fun doing it and that I can share the testimony of the great things that come in the next 30 days. As a side note, in watching the Oscars tonight, the one thing that annoys me, even though I know it's sacred, like I can't imagine winning an Oscar and how exciting that would be, and I would probably want to say at least 52 million things that I wouldn't have time for on stage. So, what if we lived every day like it was an Oscar day, and we just thanked, who would you thank for one? And what would you say to them? So I decided I'm going to start thanking people that if I were to win an Oscar, who would I thank? I'm going to start thanking them now. So that when I actually win an Oscar, I won't take up the whole time doing thank yous. Not that it's any less important, but then I can say funny things or quote my old science teacher who would have all these great, profound things to say. So, that's just something to think about today. If I were on stage winning an Oscar, probably the first person I would think would be my mom for just being my mom and letting me be me, even though there's probably lots of times she would have rather just thrown me in a closet and been done with me. So, that's all for now. Hope to hear from all of you soon, and hope that you keep in touch and sign up to get my blog and see what goes on for the next 30 days. Peace out.